Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again to join the farm. I apologize to those of you that have been wanting to know since or come watch on Twitch, and there's been no Twitch, and there's been no farm, and there's really been no releases on YouTube, and there's just been no video games in general. Well, it is crunch week for my job right now. We have to get everything ready because the students are coming back to school starting Monday. So I've even had to work this weekend. I had to work today, and I've still got 2 or 3 hours of stuff to do tomorrow on Sunday. So I'm just going to be working all weekend pretty much. Is this fertilized? I think we did. We checked this last week and it was all done. But let me just double check here. Can you turn it down a bit, honey, please?
Okay, well, I guess I can't watch this live.
Well, I mean, not right next to my laptop. If you move it
Well, I
somewhere.
have nowhere else to go.
Okay, sorry. Let's see. I had to move all my stuff. That's not going to happen today. Yeah, it's 100% fertilized. So
What?
we can at least pull this tractor in and put it away. I think we've also weeded our, so this is like all done. Anyway, so it's been crazy at work. So like Friday I got home at, well, first of all, Monday and Tuesday I was sick, so that threw me way behind. Then pretty much like Wednesday, Thursday, I was crazy busy. Friday I had a bunch of people come up to help me, and I didn't get home until about, I want to say 7 o'clock-ish is when I got home finally Friday, last night. By that time I was ready for bed, like I just went to bed. And so then on today, then I had to work again all day pretty much, and then tomorrow I got to go in for a couple hours. So it's just been nuts. I haven't been doing any recording, haven't been doing any YouTube, haven't been any doing really anything. Oh, wrong item. Hey, what's up, RP? Hi, CT Focus. All right, so that's done. I'll leave my care wheels on for a couple months here because I'm not sure if we need to run. I don't think we need to run anymore. We might have to. No, that should be it for the fertilization. So, oh yeah, I think I'm just gonna run it until I don't want to run it anymore. I don't really want to give it up. I love the farm. This is really the only farm I have going right now. I have got to find my new fork. So I think, I'm not sure if I showed the YouTubers this last time, but I got rid of the Schaffer because the Schaffer, you know, it just, I hate it. I like the machine if it was real life. But
You want to come outside?
it's hard to operate in the game. Where is my forklift? Give me a second to find it here, folks. I found it. It's out by the field. So I guess I was done. Don't. Oh, yeah. This thing, by the way, does not have care wheels. They might look like the care wheels on the tractor, but it is not care wheels. So as you can see there, I figured that out the hard way. Hang on a second, folks. So anyway, I'm gonna. We pulled this up here, but it wasn't a great idea. Not with this forklift. This is a large-scale dock forklift for forestry and shipping. Yeah, especially with the rear wheel turning. Yeah. Yeah, especially with the weird steering. That's a good question. Why do they put tow hitches on them then? Just out of curiosity, like not being smart aleck or anything. Like, oh yeah, well then why? Seriously, like why do they put it on there? Right, the weight distribution is really bad because it's all up front. Well, engine's on the back, but I see. It's a rescue device. It's a winch point, as they say. Well, we're playing it the farm sim way. Great. Simone opened the door for 2 seconds, and I'm already getting bitten by mosquitoes. Oh, right, yeah. That's true. You probably wouldn't tow with a telehandler either, would you? I get this thing unhitched. There we go. So this is the beast. And on this farm, we have just so much loading and unloading to do that I thought, you know what, it probably would be appropriate to get one of these. Like in general, I don't buy forklifts, but since we're doing so much lifting and moving around with forked devices. Oh, that's right. I forgot they have a hydrostatic transmission too. What's up, Steininator? How you doing? Yeah, so like I was saying, work has been the Merlot. Oh, it's meant for that. That's cool. Yeah, work's been nuts, and I've had to work today, and I'm going to have to work a bit tomorrow too to get these. We're getting these Chromebooks done. They're almost finished, but I still have to do the inventory on the cards, and I've got the paperwork done. It's mostly just writing, taking it from a piece of paper, and then putting it into my laptop so we have record of it. Something went wrong here. Let go. What the heck? Oh, that sucks, RP. That's not good. I'm glad to see some more tractors coming in the game. I don't really do a lot of European farming, so God. What the heck? I think the Mercedes-Benz pack is pretty cool. I like the Unimog. The downside is it really is mostly for European farmers. I mean, you don't see any of that stuff in America. So if you're playing on an American map, it's not really going to be there we go. Finally, it's not going to be a interesting DLC to most American farmers, but for European farmers, I think it's been cool. And the fact that the DLC or what is it? Their big DLC that's coming out in November, the special edition or super edition, silver edition, whatever. That is going to be taking place obviously in Scotland, and so the Mercedes-Benzes will fit right in there. The Unimog will be very useful as a pickup truck. I know there are farmers that use the Unimog as a tractor too, so I've seen that before. So, yeah, I don't understand. Well, I do and I don't. American truckers like American stuff. I mean, though I will say a large number of them use Volvo trucks. Which, isn't it the same as the Freightliner now? Or is it still different? I know they merged with somebody, but it used to be like Volvo was super reliable and a lot of people did it. But the Mercedes, it's not, the thing with the Mercedes trucks, okay, so I can guarantee you this. If they made a long nose Mercedes, like with the same kind of layout as an American truck, regardless of the engine, if it was a V8 or whatever, if they still had that long nose style, I think more Americans would buy them. Like the Americans would probably buy their Mercedes trucks. But I think because you can really only get a Mercedes in a cab over. And most Americans just don't like cab overs. That's I don't know if it's necessarily that they're a problem. It's just what people choose to use. For a long time, they used the. You got to remember, our truckers went through a long period of horrible 1970s. Oh, thank you, CT Focus. Of horrible 1970s. Well, they weren't. They are now. I agree with you. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I'm in agreement with you. I think the European trucks are much nicer. I think a lot of American truckers that actually get to try out one of those, most of them come away like pretty much like, wow, that's incredible. But they just don't look at them. It's they're newfangled, blah blah blah. It's the same thing I ran into when they were talking about using drones to do farming stuff. Most farmers are like, I don't need that thing. You know, it's like that's the attitude. It's they really that's too complicated, and so they just don't. Yeah, no, because they do look cool. Think about it. Like dude, Scania is a cool looking truck, man. And they got all the lights and stuff, and you know they're just it's a cool. I think they're cool looking, but yeah, maybe that's it too. But here's the two things that are holding it back. One, as I was saying, American truckers, older ones, had horrible experiences in the 70s with American made cab overs. They were uncomfortable, they were dangerous. They, you know, you have to they didn't have the cab power now when you have to like lean it forward to get to the motor. Everything had to be done manually, and they were just dangerous all the way around. They would, you know, you sat right on top of the coils. There was no air ride suspension. They were horrible trucks. And so that's the impression that cab overs left on a vast majority of American truckers and trucker instructors. That's problem number one. Problem number two is that Americans also have the impression, and I think maybe a little bit rightly so, that if my truck smashes into a railing or a car, I'm going to go flying out of that cabin. I'm the first thing that meets whatever the truck is crashing into. Whereas an American style semi, there's a whole big thing in front of you that takes the brunt of the impact. Now, from a safety rating thing, I don't know if that's true or not. Like, but that's the impression. They're looking at that and going, I don't want to ride in that. That's a death trap. You know, the way that American drivers drive and they cut us off, I'm going to end up flying out my windshield and landing in the, you know, the back seat of that car when he cuts me off. And I think that's right. But I'm saying that's the impression. It's the same reason why American locomotive drivers drove their diesels backwards for the first 15 years of having diesels. They kept the short hood at the back of the engine for safety reasons. So, you know, that is a definite, you know, right. Once again, I'm not saying it's the reality, but that's the impression. And so I think that you have to get past all of those prejudices before Americans will consider buying you. Plus, you know, it's expensive. They're expensive to keep, you know, maintained. They're expensive to repair right now. If you got enough of them over here, that wouldn't be the case. But what's up, Cameo? But you also have to remember that the safety is going to be a little skewed because in Europe, most of the trucks are going between 50 and 70 miles an hour tops. They're more like, you know, 50 to 60 mile an hour speeds that the semis are traveling at. We're here in America, they're traveling 70, 80 miles an hour. So I don't know how that affects the safety ratings and stuff like that, but yep. Yeah, and cab overs, I think so too, but Americans look at that and go, that's a nightmare. Like if I got to work on that, I got to pull, you know, Avalon said it the other night. She's like, I don't want one of those because then I got to lean it forward every time I need to do a service. But I think honestly, it's probably easier to work on because it takes less space, right? So, Mon Bazoo. Well, tonight is mowing night. We got some work to do. I got some. Honestly, I don't think we need to make more hay. I think we can just make. I'm probably going to turn this into silage and then sell it. So I'll have to rent a wrapper. But I think that's probably the reason why you don't see There's just a lot of prejudices against cab overs in the United States. See, there's Avalon. Yes, Avalon again. Explain why you don't want a cab over. Mostly the maintenance, right? Like having to flip it open. So I think there's a lot of that going on. But like I said, some American truckers, or there's a decent amount of them that have seen and tried and like. You know, I think when Scania recently, like in the last couple of years, Scania brought one of them over and let people try them out, and they really liked them. They said that the cab has more room in it, though the American sleepers are nicer. Obviously, if you have like one of the trucks that has the large sleeper, you know, you've got, you know, it's basically an apartment. You've got, you know, like a little like kitchenette area. You got like a table. You got yeah. The sleepers are a lot smaller. They basically, the Euro cabs mostly just have a bed. They're not. There's really no like actual like living in the back of it. You're just basically, you drive, you sleep. And I think in Europe, don't they do a lot of tag team driving? So like one person sleeps while the other one drives. So they couldn't really be up and around. Where in America, with all the time rules and stuff, people spend a lot of times in their trucks when they're not driving. So maybe there's a need to have more conveniences for the driver, so they're not just basically sitting on a cot looking at their dashboard, but they actually have like a living space. I'm not sure about that one though. So I don't know safety rating and accidents and stuff. I don't know if they're safer or not. I'd have to look at the stats. It all depends on the truck, probably. What's up, Jay Wall? And maybe I'm wrong, but don't you have to like when you're I forgot what I was gonna say, never mind. Yeah, I was gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, once again, maybe I'm wrong about this. I feel like the European loads are smaller than the U.S. loads, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe weight-wise they're the same. I'm not sure about that. But I don't know that the cab overs are heavy enough. Now they've got enough horsepower, because obviously they've got V8 models and stuff like that make way more horsepower than the American models. I think they're in like the 700 and 800 area, but I don't know if they're able to like hold as much weight. Does that make sense? Like without getting like thrown around the road. The trailers, Jay. I think the European trailers are a little bit smaller, but I'm not sure about that. Once again, I thought European trailers that were shorter. I will say this. In England, they have a run where there's no bridges that go over the freeway. It's like a 60 or 70 mile run from Hull up to North Yorkshire, I think. And there's a steel mill that runs product up and down these roads in special trucks that they've built. They're using regular semi-trucks, but they have trailers that are literally double the height of any trailer. It's like a double-decker bus trailer. It's ridiculous. And they run these trailers up and down the freeway. Now, they're kind of dangerous because I've heard that they blow over when it gets real windy. But they have these really weird, like, tall trailers. So, and that's holding a lot of weight, so. Yeah, we have shorter trailers, too, but I think in general, our standard trailer sizes are longer, but I'm not positive. So, if I were a trucker and I were looking at buying any truck from around the world, the Arthur part of me, that where my favorite car is a Porsche 911, that part of me would say 100% I'm getting a Scania or a DAF. Like, I definitely, the European truck has the appeal. But then if I was thinking, well, I'm going to have to live in this thing because I'm going to be on the road, and if I was going OTR, I would probably end up still picking an American truck because of the sleeper differences. And I've been in one before because what was his name? Our one viewer was a truck driver, and he came through Cleveland. Now, I've never been in Timmy's, but the other guy worked out of like the Cleveland area, and he let me get in his truck, and he had a newer Peterbilt with a full sleeper cab, and it was spacious. Like, you could literally have like a laptop set up in there, and you sit on a chair, and it's got a refrigerator and a microwave and like a TV, and then you got a bed area. Like, it was more than just here's a bed. It was you had a living space, and that no, not Big City. Big City does trains. I can't think of his name. It's been a while since he's been on. Anyway. Oh no, so there you go. So it's 54 feet. So they could actually be the same size. Okay, well, there you go. So they could do it. And I know, and that's where Australia is kind of unique because they have both. Australia has a lot of everything there. And so it's neat to see like the mix of people. Some people using the American style trucks, some people using the European style trucks, some people using like the Mercedes that they only use in Africa because that's the only truck that'll survive there. Yeah, I thought U.S. trailers were 54 foot or 53 foot, but that would be the same as Europe. Funny though, it seems like, and RP, you can attest to this. It seems like most Canadians drive American style trucks too, though. Like, you don't see a lot of Euro trucks up in Canada either. In fact, I don't remember seeing any last time I was up there, but it's been probably 4 or 5 years since I was up there. Oh, 54 feet truck and trailer. Okay. American is 20. Okay, so we'd be like in the 70-foot range with the truck, right? Lipai, what the heck are you doing? She's so cute. Mama. 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 All right. Well, we're going to keep mowing here, folks, watching on YouTube. Those of you on stream, hang tight. We'll be here. All right, so we have finished mowing our acreage. I'm going to windrow it, and then I'm going to just bale it, and we'll wrap it and sell it. I don't need any more. Yeah, I really like Car Mechanic Simulator. It wasn't because of more free-form mechanical games like My Garage and My Summer Car. I tend to like those better because they allow you to make mistakes. Whereas to me, that builder style, there's several games out there that are based on that same mechanical, like mechanic sim setup. There's like train mechanic sim, tank mechanic sim, plane mechanic sim, boat mechanic sim. Anyway, it's very like preset, like you can only take this apart this way. And I don't like games that are like that. To me, after a while I get bored because I just want to do it my own way. So that's my thought on those. But they are good games. I just like the freedom of My Summer Car and of My Garage. Those two games better. They let you screw up. And My Summer Car, Actually, both games, glorious. The glorious results of your screw up when the motor goes kaplooey. Oops. I guess I was supposed to put the spark plugs in first. Yeah, that's a good point too, Avalon. Yep. I enjoy watching storms. It is one of my favorite things. All right, there's that. Let's go ahead and get our windrower and windrow these rows that we so messily made. We can just use this tractor. Yeah, it rains there pretty good though, doesn't it, Jay? During monsoon. During monsona. Get down. Ugh. There's the wind. Oh, the haboobs. The windstorm. Sandstorms. That's my sand people impression. Right. Rough. Speaking of which, I gotta get my oil changed. I'm sort of overdue on that. I'll get it this week. That should be getting it all. Yeah. Me with my John Deere shirt on, or my John Deere jacket, and my Case IH hat. Serving two masters. Fun. Something happened. Oops. Oh, interesting. And only a sports car mechanic would know that. Yeah, they're finicky. I don't know if I would ever want to own like a high-end sports car. I was thinking about it. I feel like the daily driver would be a better fit for me. Like if I could find a, and I don't even want to like a Mustang, like a 6-cylinder Mustang would be fine for me. Like I wouldn't even want to. I'd want it to be a manual though. That's the trick. But I wouldn't even. To me, like getting the. Got to be the 8-cylinder. So I don't. Too much. I'd like an older 6-speed, without all the EcoBoost stuff. So that it would actually run and last. Right, and costly. Right, you can't really use them that much. That's why I'd want a daily driver type, something that I could use every day, but it still would be fun to drive. Like my Forte GT, I miss that car so much, and they're not out there anymore. Well, There are some used ones, but I'm scared of the used market with that kind of car because people beat them up. Mark got a good one. He lucked out. He found a really nice one with real low miles. And it's had 0 issues. I think it had 20,000 miles when he got it. Hi. Did you have fun? Did you just step in poo?
Can't see what the lights on.
Yeah, turn the lights on. Were the mosquitoes bad? Ugh. I can't find my spray.
Well, I gave it to you last night. You put it in the bedroom.
Oh, it must be in the bedroom or bathroom. Why are you mad at me? Why are you being cranky? Oh, okay. It sounded cranky. I'm being Arthurich. Charles Philip Arthurich George. All right. So we are done with the windrowing. We need to clean this up first of all. And then it's now probably like 100 degrees out. Hey, Boomer. Sorry I missed you this morning, but I had to work. She said we aren't talking anymore because we're enjoying the weirdness that is Simone. Hello, Porter. Things are going well.
I'm perfectly normal.
Hang on, I'm scratching my arm. Mosquito bit me. Yeah, and I have to work again tomorrow, so I'm pretty much not going to get a day off this week, which freaking sucks. But whatever. At least it'll only be like two hours tomorrow. Okay, stop. Babs, come on.
Oh,
I'm recording now. You're interrupting the recording.
I'm not even doing anything.
Well, you're blocking me from getting to the microphone. Silly. Oh, good. Now her feelings are hurt. Jeez. Fill her up. Clean her up. Anyway. Yeah, so for those of you that are just coming in, I had to work till 7:30 last night, and then I had to work today for about 6 hours, and I've got another 2 to 3 hours of work to do tomorrow. I really could have finished it today, but my wife was like, come home. And it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was all sweaty. No. But I was sick Monday and Tuesday, and so they're giving me one of my sick days back, so it'll end up washing out. So yes, I do actually. Very nice, honey. Okay. Anyway.
Feel warm we are.
Okay. Go do something else.
No, seriously, feel how warm we
No,
are.
I'm go do something else.
Feel.
Okay, I'm gonna need that bug spray from the bathroom because I'm now getting bit
Okay,
like crazy.
feel how warm we are.
They're very warm. So no, you don't get paid for weekend hours. We're not supposed to work the weekend, but I don't have a choice. So it's got to get done. I can't come in Monday and not have Chromebooks for the students. So. But like I said, it pans out because I was sick for a couple days, and then I get 2 sick days, but only had to take 1. So.
You are angel face.
Thanks, poopy face.
Wow, I said something nice to you and you said something back.
She is my little coochie face.
Albert,
What?
I'm gonna be forced to do it next.
Discipline. You lack discipline.
He was gonna give you a squeak.
Give me a second here, folks. Okay. Back. I'm back. What do I need to do now? I need to bail. It's a never-ending cycle. Do 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 do. Nope. 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 Yeah, these will be the only weekend hours that I'm working probably ever. And the opposite happens once the year starts. We have like weeks where they go on break. Like in October, there's a full week break where I'm technically on the clock, but I'm not doing anything because there's nobody there. So I'm just kind of getting free vacation. Now, I can't go anywhere. I have to stay in the system. But I don't have to go in. I can just keep my computer on and make sure I'm not missing any tickets. So, though on some days I probably will go in and try to get, since this school is so far behind on stuff, like I would take those weeks and use them to like gather broken equipment, do inventory, like try to figure out what's working, because I am missing like a lot of stuff right now. Like I'm missing desktop computers and like printer repair stuff. I don't have any spare phones. Like when a phone breaks, we have nothing to replace it with. So I'd start going through buildings and finding places where people aren't anymore and pulling phones out of there so I have a stock. You know what I mean? And so those weeks are the like during that time of the year is when I would do that. So, but they'll be like real short days. I can go home at like 2 o'clock or whatever. So it'll balance out. Oh, I think we just filled up. Jeez, I didn't even get like a quarter of the way down the aisle. Poop out the bale. It's not a tumor. I loved Kindergarten Cop. My brother,
Oh my God, Squirtle!
that line is of course famous from that movie, but it's actually a really cute movie and funny. Gret's movie.
Good.
It is Gret. I'm making the giant size bales. As Arnold would say, "Oh no, I just realized something. We're gonna have to rent the snake again, the extractor, because I don't have. These are the full size bales that I just made. Oops. Oh well, it's okay. I like the extractor. Oh no, you're gonna turn your computer on too? It's gonna be like 400 degrees in here. What time is it, by the way, babe?
Time you gotta watch.
Time you gotta watch. That's what you always say. You say, Arthur, stop yelling at the dogs.
Can you plug that into the hole, please?
No,
You're closest to the
I'm
hole.
not. The hole's way over there.
Oh.
It's on the other side of my computer. Literally, look at where you're talking about. I can't do it.
Be a nice husband and plug it
I am a nice husband, but I can't do it. It's not on this side. It's over there. I literally have to climb over you to get to it. Babs, it's over there.
Dude, you're useless.
See? What did you just disconnect? You disconnected something from my computer.
It's not. I haven't just disconnected anything.
My computer is my beta dude. Which is you did. Alright, whatever that is, can you turn that down? Jeez, oh B.
Yeah, it's behind you. I
Oh,
can't
okay.
reach it.
I thought she had it over there. What's she doing over there? Ew, Eliza, what did you do to my phone? It's like she threw up on it. Yeah. I swear, between the two of you. Eliza? What doing? What is she doing? She's.
No,
Well, you might want to check it.
she's being quiet. Cute.
She's being quiet, yeah, because she's into something. What are you doing? She's about to pour carpet cleaner into a cup and drink it.
No, she's
I know, I'm just kidding.
not sitting.
That's not true. That is not what was about to happen. No, she's doing the dishes is what she's doing. 8:52. All right, folks. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, the time has come. If you're enjoying this series and you're having fun watching the videos and enjoying my silly family and my silly wife and my silly farm, please buy us a coffee. It really does help, and you guys have been great. The coffee has been flowing in and helping us pay our bills, so it's a big, big help to us. We love you guys. Hope you have a great night, and we will see you next time. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. Have a good one. Bye.